Hello developers, welcome to the channel. My name is Harish Kumar. Today in this lesson we are going to see how to set up automatic backup for Laravel application. As we all know that backups are very important. If anything went wrong with application for any reason, maybe because of server crash, the backups are going to save our lives. So let's see how we can set up Laravel backup. Before moving ahead, a quick reminder, if you are new to this channel, hit the red subscribe button and press bell icon so when I upload new videos you get notified. We are going to use this Sparksheets Laravel backup package, and here you can see it has 3.7 million downloads. It is extremely popular and extremely easy to set up. So let's install this. I am going to configure the Laravel backup in this Laravel Fortify application. We have created this project in the previous Laravel Fortify series. If you are interested to learn about Laravel Fortify package, then you should also watch that series. I will put the link of it in the video description. So let's start install this Laravel backup package. So for that, let's go to the documentation. Here is the installation steps, and let's run this composer require Sparksheets Laravel backup in the terminal. Here in the terminal I am in the Laravel 45. So here let's run this, and here it is installed. Next I will run this command to publish the backup configuration file, and it has published the config backup.php and translations in the resources lang vendor backup. And here we are going to see config backup.php, and here is the name of the app. Here it is going to pick the name from the app name environment file, and here is the file configuration. Here you can specify which files should be included in the backup and which should not be the part of the backup. And here it has excluded the vendor and node modules, which is obvious. We never want to take backup for the vendor and node modules directory, because it is always going to be downloaded when we run composer install and npm install. And here it has included the base path. It means it is going to take backup for the every file of the application, of course excluding vendor and node modules directory. In my opinion, it doesn't make sense to take backup every files, because these files usually will be in the repository somewhere. Yes, of course you may specify storage path. In some cases in this storage path we may store images or other files, so it is good to take backup for the storage directory, and you can remove this base path. For now let's leave it base path, and let's see the next option. These follow links is the symlinks, and next important configuration is the database. And in this database array you need to specify the database driver which you want to take backup. Here it has specified the MySQL, so it is going to take backup for the config database.php, this MySQL connection. And it also supports MySQL, Postgres, SQLite and MongoDB. If you want to exclude some tables from your database, then you can specify it like this. And next important configuration is this destination, and this is the file name prefix for the backup zip file. And this is the important. In this disk array, specify the disk where you want to store the backup, and this local disk is defined in the config file systems.php. Here in the disk array, write here local disk, which is going to store the backups in the storage app directory, right here in the storage app. Usually what I like, I create a new disk. Let's duplicate this, and I'm going to name this disk backup, which is going to use the driver local, and its path would be in the storage app backups. Now let's create this backups directory. So in the storage app, here we will create new directory backups, and make sure to exclude this path in the right in the excludes like this. And next we will specify this backup disk in the disk backup like this. And next option is the temporary directory. This is for temporary purpose. This is going to be used during the backup process. These are the notification for every event, like when backup has failed, unhealthy backup, and backup was successful, and so on. And you can specify that these backup should be notified by mail. This mail is defined right here, that it should be notified to this email address. And next we have Slack. If you want to receive notification on Slack, then specify this Slack right here in these mails. And of course you have to add the webhook URL, channel name, and username for your Slack. Next option is for backup monitoring, cleanup for your old backups. Now we have seen all important configuration. Now let's take a backup in the terminal if it works. So here I'll run php artisan backup run, and here we go, it is completed. In the Laravel 45 series, I have configured the mail driver in the .env file right here, which is the mailhog. So after completion of this backup, we should have received an email in the mailhog.test. Let's see, mailhog.test, and here we have email, and here is the backup information. And the backup file is stored in the storage app backups right here. Let's open this. We have Laravel directory, which is the app name, and this is the backup zip file. And this db dumps has stored the MySQL dump file, which is the database backup, and backup files are in the var www tutorials laravel 45, and these are the application files. If you want to take backup for only database, then you can run php artisan backup run and then specify only db like this and hit enter, and this time it will only backup database. Let's see, the recent db backup is this one, and now this time it has only one directory, db dumps, which has MySQL database backup. Next, let's set up the Laravel scheduler to automate this backup, so we don't have to run backup run command manually to take backups. It should be automated. So for that we will go to app console kernel and make sure that this kernel should not be the from http kernel, it should be from the console kernel. And in this kernel we will go to the schedule method, and in this method I will specify schedule command, and in this command we will pass the backup run command, and then we need to specify the time when it should run this backup command. For this tutorial, let's run this every minute like this. So to test this, php artisan list, and here we have a new command schedule work, and using this command we can test the scheduler locally. Let's try this, php artisan schedule work. First in the mailhog, let's delete all of the mails, and now let's run the php artisan schedule work, and it is started. Now after 1 minute it should run the backup command, so let's wait for 1 minute, and here we go, it is running the schedule command. And in the mail we have got a new mail for backup, and here we have 3 backup. Usually we use cron jobs to run the scheduler. You can also use the schedule work for your production application. You just have to run it in the background using the applications like supervisor, or you can set up cron job. Let's see an example of cron job as well. So to set up a cron job, we will run cron tab -e and press enter, and in this cron tab file we will add an entry for a cron job. For that, in the Laravel documentation, this is the task scheduling, and we will navigate to running task scheduling, and here is the entry for cron job. Copy this and paste it right here. Here we need to specify the path of our application, cd in the Laravel 45 application, and then run php artisan schedule run command. Now save this and exit. And now after 1 minute we should see a new message. Let's remove all in the mail hub, and after 1 minute we should receive a new email for backup. And here we go, we get a message of our backup. So this is all in this lesson. In the next lesson we will see how to take backup in the Google Drive. I hope you like this tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lesson.